What is going on, you guys? This is, of course, your pal VM Video Master, and welcome to Terrifying Thursday, where we dive deep into the darkest and most chilling tales that will haunt your mind. Now, as you know, some objects are so cursed that just owning them can bring disaster, bad luck, even death. From haunted paintings to dolls that whisper at night. These cursed objects have ruined lives, and yet some people still keep them around. I don't know why. So, let me ask you something. Would you dare touch any of these objects? Stay tuned to the end of this video, because number 5 is the worst of them all. So, today is 5 cursed objects that have ruined people's lives. And if you enjoy this video, let me know in the comments below what you want to see next for Terrifying Thursday. And of course, like this video and subscribe so you never miss another video for Terrifying Thursday. And let's begin. Number 1. The Dybbuk box. Let's start with one of the most well-known cursed objects in the world. This mysterious wine box has a history that's as chilling as the evil it supposedly contains. Legend has it that this box originally belonged to a Holocaust victim. Eesh, whoever owned that box really had bad luck. After he brought it back to the US, strange and terrifying events started happening. I want to say this before I continue on. I have heard stories about people owning that box, and very bad things happened. So, anyway, the man's family reported nightmares, unexplained smells, and the sound of scratching in the house. Wow. And of course, strange scratchings coming from inside the box. A malevolent spirit that causes misfortune and death. The most terrifying part, after the box changed owners, everyone who touched it experienced severe bad luck. One of the most weirdest parts is one of the box's previous owners, a man named Kevin Manis, sold it to a museum, but not before he claimed to experience illnesses, physical attacks, and a terrifying feeling of being watched. Paranormal investigators, like, say, the guy from Ghost Hunters, I don't remember his name, who examined the box, described it as a black hole of negativity. After being sealed in a glass case, the box still contains to haunt anyone who comes near it. Yeah. If you find yourself at an auction and see a box like this one, do yourself a favor. Walk away. Don't open it, don't even go near it, don't even look at it. Walk away, or even just flip the box off. That's what I say. And number 2, the Hands Resist Him painting. Next on the list is the Hands Resist Him, a painting that has left a trail of terror in its wake. Created by artist Bill Stoneham in 1972. The painting portrays a young boy standing beside a doll, both surrounded by dozens of disembodied hands reaching out to them. Kind of like that. At first glance, it seems like a strange piece of art, but it's anything but. People who have viewed this painting experienced misfortune, sicknesses, and strange paranormal activity. When the painting was first sold, the owners claimed it had a very weird dark presence. They would claim that that the doll's eyes would move and even cause the boy to appear to change positions. One woman who purchased the painting said the painting of the hands would move on its own. Sheesh. You know, that kind of reminds me of that episode of Supernatural with the old man in the painting who would jump out and slice people. That's what it kind of reminds me of. If you know what I'm talking about, let me know in the comments below. Anyway, paranormal investigators who examined the painting reported hearing voices and feeling an intense sense of dread in its presence. Some even claimed that after being exposed to it, they experienced vivid nightmares and strange accidents. Wow. What made this painting so cursed? It might just be the dark force that resides within it. The painting eventually ended up in a haunted auction, and those who have dared to touch it have paid very big consequences. And I mean big consequences. And they've even paid a terrifying price. I sound like one of those people on a Most Amazing Top 10. And number 3. Now this one I think we all know. The Hope Diamond. Now we step into the world of priceless jewels and the horrifying curse that follows them. The Hope Diamond, one of the most famous and valuable diamonds in the world, is rumored to bring disaster and death to anyone who possesses it. Yeah, I've heard of this one. I was actually just reading about it a few minutes ago. This gorgeous blue diamond has a rich history of tragedy dating back centuries to its acquisition from India by a French merchant in the 17th century. Legend has it that it was originally owned or stolen from a statue of a Hindu goddess, and that's when the curse began. Over the years, countless royals, collectors, and celebrities have owned the diamond. And apparently they met tragic ends. King Louis I don't know, XVI, I'm not very good with, I'll say King Louis XIV, and Marie Antoinette were both executed during the French Revolution. A wealthy American named Evelyn Walsh McLean apparently owned the diamond. And the last private owner of the Hope Diamond lost several family members to ultimate deaths. Wow. All this over like a big diamond. Despite all those calamities, the diamond has somehow found its way into the Smithsonian Museum in Washington, D.C. You know, that's where all the very, very valuable things go. Where it remains on display, but some say the curse still lingers to this day. And those who dare to come too close might be affected by its evil influence and evil curse. Yikes. If you guys live in Washington and you've been to the Smithsonian, stay away from that diamond. Stay away from it. Number 4, the most famous curse, especially if you're a horror fan, like me. Annabelle the doll. Now we come to Annabelle, the most infamous haunted doll in the world. This small, seemingly innocent doll might look like something you would find on the shelf at a thrift store, but trust me, it's not. It's anything but harmless. The real Annabelle doll is housed at the Warrens Occult Museum in Monroe, Connecticut. But the true story of how it began and how it became cursed is much darker than you'd expect. Annabelle was originally a gift to a young woman named Donna. It seemed like an innocent and thoughtful gift. But things quickly took a dark turn for the young girl and the mother. Apparently the whole family. Now apparently, the doll began to move on its own. It would change positions, even climb up walls, or mysteriously appear in places it wasn't supposed to be. One night, Donna and her friend Angie came home to find strange messages written on paper near the doll, like, "Help us." That's when they realized it wasn't just a doll. It was being controlled by something far more sinister and far more darker. The Warrens' paranormal investigators, Ed and Lorraine, took the doll into their custody after it allegedly attacked a man who tried to mock it. Let me tell you something, you guys. If you've seen that doll in person and you tried to mock it, you just caused something very bad on yourself. Now Annabelle is safely locked inside a glass container with the words, "Warning, do not open or do not touch," in their haunted museum. But she's still said to be dangerous. Many claim that mocking the doll or attempting to free it from its case results in bad luck or violent accidents. Even one man who went to the Warrens Museum went up to Annabelle's case and said, "Do your worst." And apparently after he left, he got into a bike accident and died. That's what you do, you guys. That's what you don't do, in fact. If you see a demon in a haunted museum, a doll that's saying "do not touch," and you mock it saying "do your worst," you know what's going to happen. And lastly, number 5, the Bassano vase. Last but certainly not least, we have the Bassano vase, a deadly artifact that's caused the death of every single person who's owned it. Dating back to the 15th century, this vase was said to have been crafted by an Italian artisan. The story goes that the artisan fell in love with a noble woman, but when she rejected him, he placed a curse on the vase before his death, vowing that anyone who touched it would die, and die they did. The vase passed through several owners, each of whom died under mysterious circumstances. One of the vase's final owners, a woman who found it in an estate sale, was so terrified by the deaths associated with it that she buried it. Good idea. And she buried it in a secret location to end the curse. But it didn't work. Well, of course, it's cursed. You actually think that's going to help? Someone unearthed it years later and the deaths continued. The vase has since disappeared again, but the last known person to own it apparently died of unnatural causes. Many believe the curse still follows it, waiting for its next victim. Yeesh, I'm Italian and I never heard of this thing, but I have now. Well, you guys, so let me ask you something. Would you dare touch any of these cursed objects? Do you believe in their power, or is it just superstition they get you to believe for fun? Let me know in the comments below. I want to hear your thoughts. If you enjoyed this video and want to hear more terrifying tales, something true or something made up, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more horror every Thursday. And if you made it to the end, be careful. Something might just be watching you. Until next time, I'm Video Master, and I'll see you in the next video.